Culture and values is the key to the teams and our success. Diversity and inclusion are fundamental to the success of the company. Cultural fit. We hire and reward employees based on our own shared values. We want a values fit, not a cultural fit. We want cultural diversity. Quirkiness. Unexpected and unconventional things make life interesting. Celebrate and encourage quirky gifts, habits, behavior, and points of view. Building a safe community. Everyone has a right to feel safe when working. We do not tolerate abuse, harassment, exclusion, discrimination, or retaliation by of any community members, including our own employees. Unconscious bias. We recognize that unconscious bias is something that affects everyone. We are responsible for understanding our own implicit biases and helping others understand theirs. Inclusion. We're choosing to build and institutionalize a culture that is inclusive and supports all employees equally. Inclusive language. Use inclusive language so that all feel involved. See something, say something. We have employees from different backgrounds and cultures. That means it's important for us to use great judgment in being respectful. Family and friends first, work second. Long-lasting relationships come from before work. Iteration. We do the smallest thing possible and get it out as quick as possible. Don't wait. When you have something of value, like a small fix, implement it straight away. Reduce cycle time. Shorter iterations reduce our cycle time. Work is part of the community. Small iterations make it easier to work with a wider community and it's quicker to give feedback. Minimum viable change. Always look to make the quickest change possible to improve the outcome. If you think it's better than what it was, do it. Make a proposal. If you need to decide something as a team, make a concrete proposal instead of calling a meeting to get everyone's input. Everything is a draft. We rarely put a draft on any content in our proposals, but everything is always a draft and is subject to change. Under construction, we should always optimize for the long term. This means that users will be inconvenienced in the short term, but current and future users will enjoy a better product at the end. Focused on improvement. We believe great companies sound negative because they focus on what they can improve, not on what is working. Ask, what do you think we can improve? Do things that to scale. First, optimize for speed and results, and what a success figure that we can do it to scale. Make two-way door decisions. Most decisions are easy to reverse. Have a directly responsible individual make them without approval. Changing proposals is an iteration. Only when the change is rolled out to users can you learn from feedback. Transparency. Be open about as many things as possible. By making information public, we can reduce the threshold to contribution and make collaboration easier. Public by default. If something is not public, there should be a reference in the handbook that states a confidential decision. Directness. It's about being transparent with each other. Feedback was always about work and not your person. Surface issues constructively. Be transparent to the right people at the right time. Anyone and anything can be questioned. Any past decisions and guidelines are open to questioning as long as you act in accordance with them until they are changed. Disagree, commit and disagree. Everything can be questioned, but as long as the decision that is in place, we expect people to commit to executing it. Single source of truth. By having most company communications and word and internet public, we have one single source of truth. Find a limit. We accept it if we're sometimes publicizing information that has remained confidential in retrospect. Say why, not just what. Transparent changes have the reasons for change laid out clearly along with the change itself. This leads to fewer questions later on because people already have some understanding. Reproductivity. Enable everyone involved to come to the same conclusion as you. Do your best to make the line of thinking transparent to others, even if they disagree. Accountability. Increases accountability when making decisions and difficult choices. Our values help us prevent these dysfunctions. Absence of trust. Unwilling to be vulnerable within the group is prevented by collaboration, specifically kindness. Fear of conflict. Seeking artificial harmony over constructive, passionate debate is prevented by transparency, specifically directness. Lack of commitment. Not having buy-in for the group decision creates ambiguity throughout the organization, and this is prevented by transparency, specifically directness. Avoidance of accountability. Ducking the responsibility to call peers on counterproductive behavior which sets standards. This is prevented by results, iteration, and transparency. Inattention to results. Focus on personal success, status and ego before team success is prevented by results. Let's work together to develop high-impact, low-cost presentations for your organization.